Chelsea Football Club apparently are in the business of doing favours for Strasbourg. Well, that's what the reports are saying, because Doué is set to join Chelsea and go to Strasbourg. Not the Desiree Doué, the one that we want. However, that deal's held up. And I've got a little bit of a conspiracy theory that I want to talk about with all of you. But we are signing his brother within the Blue Coat organisation, and there's conflicting reports, and I'm going to tell you what's happening exactly and why FABRIZIO has debunked everything once again. Furthermore, we need to talk about the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. I haven't said that for a month. But Chelsea drew 2-2 with Wrexham. It's not the result that matters, it's the performance, and we can break this down. Like, you know, we talk about the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. So let's get started. I need you to hit that like button. 1,000 likes goes a massive way. Secondly, subscribe to the channel. It's the easiest way for you lot to support the channel. And finally, share this video. That share button, if you lot mess with me in it, if you lot want this to work out, if you want this to become permanent, graphics, everything, help me grow, guys. Then investment goes into the channel and we grow together. Big community, big boy opinions, bigger guests, and we move on. But let's start with the news now. So what I liked to know about the transfer window is nothing ever happens for no reason. There's always a domino effect, right? And Doué was set to join Galatasaray. And this is well known, right? He was about to leave Rennes, go to Galatasaray. Their fans are fuming because the deal was already agreed, personal terms were agreed, and last minute, the agent, the father, said, nah, deal's not happening, we're not doing it. Strasbourg are interested in Doué. Who is Doué? He's a right back, 21 years old, the older brother of Desiree Doué. Desiree Doué, the one that PSG and Bayern Munich, Chelsea and Arsenal are all trying to acquire the services of. However, this is very interesting because the Maresca today came out and said, oh, Chelsea are signing him and loaning him across to Strasbourg. And I was about to come on here and absolutely start ranting and raving the fact that, look, we can't be buying players for Strasbourg and loaning them when we need a proper goalkeeper. Once you buy the goalkeeper, do whatever you want, man. I don't care. Get me someone I can trust in the net. However, FABRIZIO's come out and debunked it and said Chelsea aren't involved in this. And this is going to be a straight Strasbourg move. Strasbourg are going to sign him. He is a Strasbourg player. And in the future, if he develops, he will move to Chelsea. As we know, due to the Blue Coat organisation. And this is where it gets very interesting. Then FABRIZIO sprinkles this. A couple of days ago, he said Desiree Doué is meant to make his decision between a 60 million euro move to PSG or Bayern Munich. Now he's saying, oh, the deal's a little bit stagnant, the player hasn't made his mind up, and there could be a little bit more development. We know Chelsea are interested. And we know if you sorted one move out for the brother, you're talking to the same agent. How many times have we seen agent fees happen? Masunda brothers. You sign Charlie, you could go sign his brothers. Eden Hazard. You sign Eden, Thorgan comes with him, Kylian comes with him. We've seen this on multiple occasions. You sign one brother, the other brother comes with him as part of the deal. Mbappe with Ethan, Zidane brothers. The whole family's been eating at Real Madrid consistently because the dad was sick there. This happens on multiple occasions, and this happens even more when you have a same client with one agent. Could Chelsea steal this? I don't. But are Chelsea looking for a left winger? Yes, they are. Is Desiree Doué one of those people they're looking at? Yes, they are. Let's do some equations. Let's see what this means. In the comments, let me know. Am I reaching here? Am I just desperate for Desiree Doué to join Chelsea? Or can you see the link as well? Because for me, it makes sense. It really does. Enough with all of this commotion and all of this excitement in the transfer window. Time to talk about real football. You know, the stuff that actually matters, the stuff that we actually are meant to get excited about. Well, it looks like Enzo Maresca's had his first game. Wrexham versus Chelsea ended in 2-2 draw. And I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch this game. First of all, I want to say for all of you lot that watch from abroad, and when I say abroad, I mean non-UK fans, respect, man. Waking up in the morning is tough. I do it with the NBA, but only during the playoffs, right? Because I love my sleep, I can't lie to you. But waking up yesterday for a preseason friendly was super tough. It was really difficult to just get my sleeping pattern right, and it impacts you the whole next day. Like, so well done to you fans, man. You guys are just as much fans as the ones that go to the stadium or the ones that are in the UK. That's why I always have so much respect for international fans. But now we're going to talk about, and you know how it is on this segment, right? We talk about the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. 3 segments, break the game down. No one else on the YouTube community does it this way. This is my way of doing things, and we're going to attack it. So we're going to start with the good, because we're going to be very positive from the outset. Number 1, it was so refreshing to see Levi Colwill back, Reece James back, Lavia back, Fofana back, Nkunku back. It's like having 5 new signings. I genuinely mean it from the bottom of my heart. It's like having 5 brand new signings. And I'm not even talking about the Guiu's playing, or what's it called, the Vega's not playing, but just the excitement of, oh my God, Vega could play. Like, genuinely, Toussaint playing. And for me, it was just so nice. And Lavia stood out absolutely brilliantly. His combative nature, his ability to know when to release the ball and when to just play it safe is amazing. You could really see how this player takes our midfield to another level. But what I liked about him is you can really tell he's played under Enzo Maresca before, because he was doing things that other players were struggling to do because they're not acclimatized to the system. The result didn't go our way, but the result doesn't matter in pre-season. It's all about the performances, the elements that you see, the little segments that give you hope that when Manchester City arrives, first game of the season, we're going to be raring to go. We are going to try to make a statement first game of the season. And what was very nice to see was the fact that Christopher Nkunku got on the score sheet. And not only did he get on the score sheet, he played in the 8. So all year, I've been thinking, right, Nkunku's the 9 or the 7 or the 11, right? He's going to play in one of the 3. But we've got a manager now that wants to play attacking players. He's not afraid. He wants to play 5 attacking players in terms of Carney Chukwuemeka in the midfield, the other midfielder, Christopher Nkunku. Nkunku gets in the box, and the finish was vicious. Like, it was a brilliant finish. It was, the corner came in, comes out to George. George feints once, feints twice, takes a shot, good shot, blocked, drops to Christopher Nkunku. He absolutely smashes it into the net. And you know what? It was a brilliant finish from a clinical forward. And if he can incorporate that into our game, oh my God, we are going to have the guy that we expected to get 15 league goals, and it will push us further up in the league. And that's the good thing about Christopher Nkunku. Overall, his performance weren't great, but we saw glimpses of his talent. Then we need to talk about the control we had with the back 3 and the 2 in the middle. What I thought was wonderful to see in the first half, and this happened in the first half, was that Toussaint Carabao, Badiashile, and Levi Colwill looked very comfortable. Whether it was in possession or whether it was covering big ground and just being able to outstrength, outpace, and more importantly, outthink the attackers of Wrexham. We never looked like we were going to concede in the first half. It was uber comfortable. Lavia was eating up space in front of him. Reece James was doing what he was doing. And all of a sudden, we just looked like a competent unit. And going into the season, hopefully, this is something we see more of. Maybe Badiashile can be replaced by Fofana if Fofana gets fitter. However, it looked competent. Competition for places in that area is wonderful. What I was also very refreshing to see was Angelo and Santos, right? A lot of people always say to me, the good, right? Alex, you're very complimentary of Santos and Angelo. Why? Well, you saw yesterday, André Santos is built for this system. I am more upset today that he's leaving than I was yesterday. And it's because I saw how comfortable he was at releasing the ball in that area. He would get the ball, he'd spray it, he'd go, move around, quickly get it back, switch the play. Very comfortable player in possession and just looks composed. There were so many instances where he just demands the ball under pressure. And you need players like this in the system. And the final one's Angelo. Out of the 4 wingers we saw yesterday, Sterling, Noni Madueke, Tariq George, Angelo was the best one. And not because Angelo looked, oh my God, so dangerous. Angelo was absolutely amazing. Angelo was so comfortable in possession. Every time he got the ball, something was happening. He feints the body, pushes the ball forward, wants a reply. Gets the ball, sprays it forward, wants a reply. And what happens with that is you move people out of position because he's consistently moving. This positional play demands players to stay in their zones, quick short passes to move people around, to create gaps for someone else to capitalize. And he is very good at doing that. He almost lends you the ball for 3 seconds and wants it back. However, the one thing that lacked in his game is a clinical edge in front of goal. He doesn't have it. His first intention isn't to shoot. He's very much, let me create something, let me do something from scratch. And that can't work. You need to integrate this into your game, because if you don't, you're going to get left behind. And no matter how good I touch, you touch is from you, you're not going to play for Chelsea Football Club. However, overall, I'm going to be very positive about his performance today. It was very good, and I was very impressed. Before I get into the bad and the ugly, one thing I'm going to say is, the result doesn't matter. However, we have to analyze the game. So I am not saying these players are never going to be good under Maresca. Their performances were shocking. I'm just analyzing what we saw, right? So please do not jump to conclusions. Oh my God, Alex, you're being out of order. This is unacceptable. They've only played for 90 minutes. No, I'm just judging what we saw for the 90 minutes of what we built for in the 2 weeks, right? Number one, Leslie Ogochukwu is not comfortable enough on the ball to play in one of those 8 roles. He won't be to play in the 6. He needs to go and develop somewhere in a possession-based team. So a loan for him, just as much as a loan for Santos, to develop will be good. Leslie scored a very good goal where he passed the ball in, composed. However, Leslie lost the ball in a position where we conceded off. And the reason we conceded off is because he just wasn't comfortable under pressure to receive the ball and turn out of trouble. This can happen to multiple players, but it just happened to him on this occasion. He's young, he's going to learn from it, he will develop. No need to get upset. No need to run an agenda. It's just honest, right? Just an honest observation. He struggled in that second half. Then, the wingers. Noni Madueke needs to work on his right foot cross. Noni Madueke beat his man in the first half on numerous occasions. And what he always wanted to do was what he does in those training videos. Open up the angle, take a shot. The problem is, he became predictable. People know who Noni Madueke is. You're no longer going to be able to pull that shot off every time. And you're not Iron Robin, where even though I know what you're going to do, I can't stop you. I can stop you. I'm just going to double up on you. He needs to work on his right foot, get to the byline, cross it a bit more. First time right foot. Once he does that, then there's question marks. However, he didn't do that enough yesterday, and he really displayed the frustrating element of his game. Tariq George, he's young. I'm not meant to judge him on the same spectrum as I'm judging Sterling or I'm judging Anoni. However, you play for Chelsea. And if you want to start for Chelsea, I'm going to have to grade you on the same criteria, purely based on the fact that your age doesn't matter, big man. I've seen Lamine Yamal at the Euros smashing it. Tariq done well. I want to see more. If Mudryk dropped that performance yesterday, I'd be saying, you're invisible, bro. I need to see a bit more demanding of the ball, a bit more attacking, a little bit more isolation one-on-one. You've got the capabilities. I need to see it. Raheem Sterling, the same thing. Few glimpses here and there, not involved enough in that second half. Overall, just disappointing. The final thing I want to talk about in terms of the bad is, this has only been 45 minutes, and I'm disclaiming this, for Gusto and for Reece. And I don't like them in the middle. And the reason I don't like them in the middle is because I think they're too talented to be wasted in the middle, just ticking the ball over, ticking the ball over. What I want to see happen is Cole Palmer to play on that right, Cole Palmer to tuck in, and all of a sudden you have Reece James or Gusto sprinting down that right-hand side. And one way that can happen is Cucurella tucks in, right? Or you just trust Enzo and Caicedo, or Enzo and Lavia, or Lavia and Caicedo to be the 2. You have 3 at the back, whether it's Colwell, Badiashile, and one of James or Gusto, and one of them just runs forward and overlaps, because there's going to be games where we require that. And Reece James makes the perfect right centre-back. That's just my personal opinion. I just feel like you're teaching him to do something different in that position, and he just looks wasted. But it's been 45 minutes. He's going to be developing in that position, and we're going to see how it works out. But at the moment, it doesn't feel right, man. I just feel like you've got one of the best right backs in the world, and you're not utilizing him there. The reason why Cucurella works when he's inverted is because he's not one of the best left backs in the world, and he looks better when he tucks in. However, Reece looks worse. And that's just my personal opinion. I want to know yours in the comments below. Am I being too harsh? And the same goes for Gusto. They're just so talented. They're too talented to be isolated in such a small region. You know, like, oh no, you have to play here. I want them bombing forward. I want them putting in crosses, because they both have tremendous delivery. Finally, the ugly. And the ugly really worried me, because where Mark Guiu shined in the good section, right? And he looked very positive, and we looked dangerous for set pieces. Armando Broja looked disinterested. Didn't hustle, didn't harry. Just looked on the periphery. He looked like a man that's resigned. I'm getting sold. And when that happens, that is so annoying because those minutes could have gone to David Wash. They could have gone to a Datro Fofana. Those minutes could have went to a player that's got something to prove for himself and for this club. Broja looks resigned. He looked disinterested, and it was so frustrating to see because I would think as a Cobham graduate, as somebody that played at this club for years, it would mean more to him. You see Trevor Chalobah being upset that he's not going on tour. You're going on tour, yet you treat it like an exhibition. You look disinterested. I might be being unfair. That's what a lot of people are going to say. But that's what it came across to me because I saw what Guillaume was doing. Yes, Guillaume didn't have the most clinical performance because I think a lot of people are doing a bit too much. But the reason they're doing too much is because we saw effort. When you run around and you're a busybody and you're hassling and harrying and winning the ball early, you're going to get more praise than when the alternative happens in the second half. Because he wasn't hassling, he wasn't trying, and he looked lost. Finally, Josh Achapong. I hate to put him in the ugly section. However, I'm going to have to put him in the downright ugly performance. He is far too talented to be performing like that, running out from the back, making that mistake, and we concede the other goal. And like I said, when you play for the first team at Chelsea Football Club, I mark you on the same curve as everyone else. If that was Toussaint Adebayo, if that was Wesley Fofana, if that was anybody else, I would be super critical. However, because he's a young kid, I'm going to say he's going to develop, but I am going to say he messed up massively. Wes should have come across quicker. I don't think he done well, but it is what it is. It happens. They will learn. And the final one, Ben Chilwell. Big man, your days are numbered. And everyone that tells me he's the best left back in the world, we don't need a left back in this, evidently, because he's playing left centre back. He looks lost. He looks uncomfortable. He ain't good enough to play in that position. He's not fluid enough in possession of the ball. And I'm genuinely saying it right now. They're waiting for an offer to come in that they deem reasonable, and they're moving him on. But that's the review. Celtic is on the 27th at 8:30, so there's no need to go to bed. I can actually watch it at a normal human time. However, I want you lot to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know whether you even like the way that I do these formats about these games, right? Everyone else talks about the games in their own way. I think the good, bad, and downright ugly segment is brilliant. So in the comments below, let me know. If you enjoy it, drop a pineapple. If you don't like it, drop an apple. And then give me a comment on how you would prefer me to cover the games. But it is what it is. Peace out. I'm out. Have a lovely day.